Hey guys, I already started recording this video like 3 or 4 times and I don't know, I just didn't gather my thoughts really well. Anyway, so long story short, recently I got over the guy I had a crush on. Like the guy I've been crushing on for the past few months, and it was a huge accomplishment for me, okay? Because I thought it was going to be impossible. Not impossible, but like I thought it was going to take way longer. Anyway, long story short, in case you want to know, I saw something on social media that for me, it was like a deal breaker. You know what I mean? I was like, I don't like that. Okay, it's not necessarily bad, not necessarily good. It is what it is. So I was like, you know what? Deal breaker. Okay, stop. Full stop. Let's go. What's next? You know what I mean? And I'm really happy with that. I also have to admit that the fact that like I've been doing like new things and I've been busy all day, like that has also like helped me, you know? Because maybe if I had seen that picture like 6 months ago, maybe that wouldn't have done anything. But anyway, so today I'm gonna talk about why I think we get crushes like out of nowhere, you know? And I'm talking like maybe it's somebody from your class, maybe it's somebody from work, maybe it's somebody that you see often wherever it is, maybe the gym, or I don't freaking know. But it's usually someone that you don't start liking immediately. You know what I mean? Because like when somebody's like really good looking, they might get your attention. You might be like, oh my god, that person is good looking. Like what if, you know what I mean? And you start like sort of like crushing, you know what I mean? Even it's not like love at first sight because you don't like love them, you know what I mean? But like you start crushing on them because of their looks. But I feel like when there's other things that come into play, or maybe they didn't catch your eye like at first, I think that what usually happens is there's a bunch of things. But I think the first thing is, I think it's called the proximity effect. I think that's the proximity effect or the proximity something, but it's proximity, I think. Uh, our brains try to look for things that are familiar in people so that like we sort of like feel safe around a person. So the proximity effect is basically you see somebody often, and because you've seen them often, your brain starts thinking, oh, this person is familiar. You know what I mean? Like they won't hurt me, if that makes sense. You know what I mean? Like your brain starts feeling comfortable with that person. And so you tend to have crushes on people that you see often. Which I think the there's a guy that works at the copy shop that I used to get my copies at, and I had the feeling that he had a crush on me, and I think he had a crush on me like after a while because I would go to that place often because I usually print things, and so I think that's why he got a crush on me. So, but that's besides the point. Anyway, so it's the proximity effect. Sometimes, and I've seen this also happen to me. I've seen this happen to me. Yeah. I was checking if that was correct. Um, because you see somebody often and you're like, your brain starts going like, I don't know, it just feels like your brain is like, how about this person? You know what I mean? Like, how about this guy? I don't know if it's because my brain is bored or because my brain is constantly looking for someone because maybe I gotta reproduce or whatever. And my brain is like, how about this person? You know, today they're looking a little bit better than yesterday. And then the next day they start looking a little bit better. And I'm like, this is weird. Like I didn't have a crush on them at first. Like what's going on, you know? And it just happens, right? And then either with the proximity effect or not, sometimes and I'm guilty of this too. I'm not going to pretend that I'm not like this. Here's the thing. There's a lot of people who liked being liked. And there's a difference between, I mean, who doesn't want to be liked? Like that's, okay? That's the first thing. Who doesn't want to be liked? So, but there's people who like show it a lot. You know what I mean? Like there's people who are like very flirty and stuff like that because they like to be liked. You know, if they flirt with you, it's not necessarily because they like you. It's because they want you to like them. That's why they're being like that, you know? I'm not flirtatious at all. Like at all. Not even with the people that I like the guys that I have a crush on. Like not even, no. Like if I like someone, I just talk to them normally. That's it. But the thing is, we still want to be liked by people. And I tend to be very delusional about things. Like I tend to think like, how about this person became like obsessed with me? You know what I mean? Like, wouldn't that be cool? You know? And so sometimes when I've seen somebody often, I'm like, or even if I haven't seen them often, I'm like, how about this person like started liking me right now? You know what I mean? Like, what if this person liked me? Wouldn't that be cool? You know, like we have like people that we want to like us. You know what I mean? And so we start thinking that way. Sometimes I've thought that way. And this past guy that had a crush on, I was like, wouldn't it be cool if he liked me? You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I guess I was just bored in life in general. I don't know. And most of the times, people don't like us. Like most of people that we interact with or whatever, they don't have a crush on us. Just You know what I mean? Just logically. And so your brain is like, okay, this person is not looking at me when I walk past them. This person is not like, I don't catch them looking at me ever. They don't, you know what I mean? They probably don't even know who I am. They probably don't even know my name. You know what I mean? Like you know what I mean? And we start thinking, okay, why does this person not like me? If I'm so cool, if I'm so special, if I'm so magnetic, what makes like what makes this person not drawn to me? You know what I mean? If they don't think I'm that cool, then that must mean they're cooler than me. You know what I mean? And you start thinking, okay, so they have to be cooler than me. You know, like in your brain, like at least subconsciously, because I was ruminating about this the other day. So your brain is like, okay, this person has to be cooler than me. You know, and so I think there's another thing that comes into play, which is confirmation bias. Like, if you don't know what confirmation bias is, I think everybody knows what it is. But anyway, if you don't know, it's basically you imagine you are in a bad mood and you're convinced that this day is shit, right? So your brain is going to keep, you know, when you're in a bad mood, like everybody's just really annoying and everybody just says bullshit and everybody's really dumb and it's infuriating. That is your brain. That is your brain telling you, hey, everybody's so annoying. This day is awful. Everybody's stupid. Nobody fucking gets it, you know? And things are just not going my way today, you know? And your brain is looking for cues. Is that it? Your brain is looking for things that, you know, that match that, you know, kind of like that prove that hypothesis that you have. Like, today's a bad day. Okay, your brain is going to be looking for things that confirm that because you are right. You're always right. It's your brain, right? And so this is the same thing. If you're like, okay, this person must be really cool, then your brain is going to start looking for things, for reasons why they're cooler, you know, or at least why they're so freaking cool, you know? And so maybe it is the way they drink from a cup. Maybe it is the way they grab a cup or whatever. Maybe it is the way that they dress. Maybe they think the way they dress is so cool. Or maybe it's because they smell a certain way. Or maybe it's because something they do. I mean, what do they do? And then you start stalking them. Okay, what does this person do? You know what I mean? Like outside of school, outside of work or whatever, what does this person even do? You know? Or outside of the gym, what do you do? What are you studying? What is your job? You know? And so you start looking for cues. Like you start looking for things that are cool in the person. And then you start getting obsessed. Your brain is confirming that bias that you have. This person is so cool. And then you start getting obsessed. You're like, oh my God, this person is so cool. And then before you realize it, you have a crush on the person. You have a crush on the person. I don't know. That's my theory. That's what I think happens sometimes, you know? And even when you have a crush on a person because of their personality, like maybe you start thinking like, this person has to be cool. You know what I mean? Because I want to date somebody who I think is cool. And then your brain is like, okay, confirmation bias. What do they do? What is, you know what I mean? Like, what are they about? You know? What are they like? And your brain starts thinking, oh my God, this person, oh my God, the narcissist I had a crush on a few months ago, this guy is a piece of shit. Like, he's not really studying, he's not really working, he's not really doing anything. He's really just, he's trying to look like he's doing something. He's trying to look like he is successful somehow, and he really has nothing going on for him right now. And back when I had a crush on him, like now I know that he's just not really doing anything. And back in the day, I knew that he was not doing anything, but I couldn't help thinking, maybe it's kind of cool. Like maybe it's actually cool and I'm just judging him. Like maybe it's actually like deep down, I kind of thought that what he was doing was cool, which is so embarrassing to admit. So embarrassing to admit. But I also knew deep down that, you know, he didn't really have anything going on for him. And now that I don't have a crush on him, I see that. It's easier to see that, you know? And so that was a relatively short, I was going to say relatively short video, but I've been talking for 9 minutes. So, I don't know. Do you agree with my theory? Do you think that I'm right? Do you think that I'm wrong? Why do you think you like the person you like? Why do you think you started liking the person you're dating? Why do you think you started liking your first crush? The person you first fell in love with? I don't know. What do you think? What do you think? Do men think differently? Do other girls think differently? I don't know. Let me know. I would love to hear that. So yeah, I hope to see you guys next time. You guys didn't see my vest because like this is like honestly from here up it looks really boring, but like I sort of got it's a vest. And I don't know, it looks a little bit weird on camera. Like I sort of got I don't look like this in real life. I don't know. But yeah, and it has a little skirt, like a little, what do you call these things? Like it's like, do you know what I mean? Like the fabric does like this. I don't know how to explain it. But it's really cool. And I'm wearing it for the first time today. And so that was my outfit. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.